Hey guys, today we have a Eureka two-person tent with us today. It is actually the Apex 2XT, and I bought this secondhand because if you looked around on eBay and marketplace and stuff, you see a lot of good used gear. I did get a score on this. I hope I did. I've opened it, but I have not yet set it up, so we'll see. But this came with a package deal. I bought a Kelty 65 backpack. We'll show that later. And this came with it. And the person I bought it from was like, hey, if you want this tent, I can throw it in for 20 bucks. So guys, let's check it out. Now, this tent retails for about $140. And if I hadn't mentioned yet, I failed to mention, it is a backpacking tent. But it's a heavy backpacking tent. It's per the price. You know, I mean, 150 bucks for a backpacking tent, that's about mediocre to me. I mean, you know, you can do a lot cheaper, or you can do a lot more expensive. We have the poles here, and they are fiberglass poles. They're not aluminum. That is something to keep in mind. But they are big poles. I mean, they feel sturdy, which can be bad and good. I mean, the bigger, the heavier. So, especially being fiberglass. And we have 2 poles with a tent. 2 poles only. We'll set the poles over here. Now, like I said, guys, I did buy this secondhand, so I really don't know what I'm getting here. You know, you buy secondhand, either be camping gear or a vehicle. You kind of, you know, there's never a guarantee. But that's kind of the risk we take, I guess. Here's the body of the tent right here. Now I think this weight, it weighs about 5 pounds. Again, it's pretty heavy, you know. But, roll it out. I don't have a ground sheet. So let me interrupt this video real quick. Something I don't say very often, I probably should say a little bit more, but I don't want to be too pushy, is if you haven't subscribed, please do. It does help me out, and like the video if you want to. Back to the video. These holes look like they just go right. There's one here and one here. Okay. Now it's got holes right here that you stick the pegs into. Go over here. Stand this bad boy up. Okay, there's one. Sorry for the wind, guys. Guys, there's the poles. You get the poles up. There's little clips here. They just clip right in to the poles. Hope y'all guys can see this kind of okay. Alright guys, so here's the body, which I didn't take a matter of maybe 2 minutes to set up. Now we still got to do the rain fly. But I'm actually kind of impressed of how short of a time it took to set the body up. Now one thing we can't forget is this little dude. This will give you a little more height from the center. Before I put the rain fly on, let me show you the vents. It has a mesh here on one of the sides. The door is completely mesh. There's a mesh on the other side. There's a gear caddy inside hanging down, so it does have that, so that's good. And also there's the other door on the opposite side. It is also mesh. And of course it has the rainproofing on the inside that you can pull down if you want. Alright, so let's set up the rain fly. Now I think this rain fly is actually pretty self-explanatory. It looks like it is. It looks like the Eureka sign here. It goes on both of the doors. Let me show you these buckles here. This rain fly, it hooks on right here to this point right here, and it's like it's a buckle right there, and that's how they all hook in. And the pegs, they just hook in this little silver piece right here. I'll show you. That's how they connect to the body. And I gotta stake this out as well because it's getting kind of windy. Need to work on that. All right. Here's the vestibule. Okay guys, I got it staked out with the vestibules out of the doors. So we're just gonna take a walk around it and take a look at it. It looks really good. But the vestibule's out like that. Need to get a little bit tighter here. But for the most part, it sets up good. I really like the two vestibules on each side of this tent because it can be entered or exited from both sides. I think that's a cool feature. So let's look into this, guys. I'll unzip this. They do have a good wind flap here, or rain flap, whatever you want to call that there. They cover the zipper, and it is Velcroed. See that there? Pretty stout Velcro too. Unzip it. And oh, here we go. Okay guys, let's get into this. Oh, whew. See some mildew there, or mildew, sorry about that. Excuse my southern language. Now, just looking at it, there's way too much mildew for me to go in here. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad. And that's not a real big problem. I mean, it's just because maybe it was set up, packaged, put back into the bag with moisture. And that's just what happens. And that is also something to expect buying used gear. Is, you know, a lot of things that aren't aired out like they're supposed to be. But, you know, that's an easy fix, as long as it's the only thing we have wrong with it. But let me show you what I'm seeing here. All that discoloring, that's mildew. There's not much on the ceiling. It's morely on the tub floor. Which, you know, it's not good, but it's not terrible. So we'll get that cleaned up here in a minute. Right now, we're just showing you how the tent works and how it lays out and how it sets up. So, all right. Now here, I'm in the vestibule now, and this is plenty of room for like put your like your boots, your backpack, and stuff like that here in the vestibule. And also, if you like, you know, had to get in the tent and it's raining, you don't want to get wet, you know, taking stuff off, you could kind of crouch down here and do it here. But I don't know. We got rain coming in 2 days. I'm gonna leave the tent up and do a rain test, see how it does there. That's really what, you know, will tell the tale for sure. But anyway, let's get out of here. I don't want to breathe in this mildew too long. Now, just to give you some specs on this tent here, it is 90 inches long, 59 inches wide, And I think that's a decent size for a backpacking tent, actually. But I did put some guidelines out right here. It probably came with those, but since it's a used tent, you know, they probably have been lost. And put one there, and the vestibule kind of holds this size down. But there is also plenty other of tie-up points. There's one here, there. That's not one. That's something to hold the vestibule back when you roll it back. I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up and get that mildew out of there. Put a mask on, of course, and get it cleaned up. And we do got some rain. You know, like I mentioned earlier, we got some rain coming in here, and that's what's really going to test this out. Because, I mean, you know, this video is kind of for the setup and how it looks, set up and everything, and how the dimensions are, how they work. But the true tell is if it leaks. You know, I mean, if it leaks, unless you can waterproof it, I mean, it's basically going to be like a sunshine tent, what I consider it. So I hope it helps you out there. So if you're in the market for the Eureka Apex 2-person backpacking tent, tell them Matt One Adventure sent you. I hope that helps you out, guys. I'll see you on the next one.